The record?
Don't break it in it.
Is she pretty enough?
Beautiful.
Good.
You doing okay?
Yes, thank you. Fine,
Good,
thank you.
Where is your all the way back? No, I'll be the truck. No. We're gonna have a lot of much nice. Just hang back there where you are, right where you are and where we are, the space is full. Yeah. We're gonna have 3 games to go ahead and ride. Yeah, well they were supposed to go to Washington. And he thought it was the weekend we paraded, and it turned out. You know what? In the back, in the very back, it's cut away so that you can put more boxes. Yeah, much nicer. I'm glad they had those super floats because the ones we had last year for the 2 of us was absolutely.
Well, that was tight. The only way we did it is we stuck stuff in the back.
Well, you see, we didn't know that, and Ben had all the boxes up where. Everybody else you realize it was 2 hours to get to the bathroom. No, it took 2 hours just to get down to where we can stand. Right, there's the cup. They tell me about out of them too.
I've already got some. I got a half. I got a half.
I want 500 more for them.
Excuse me. I'm getting on color TV. Go ahead, Ken. This is going to be a good picture.
Ready? Come on, I'm standing up here. I can't even take a drink. Oh, why you come people over the hell you?
We want to have him on the Queen's Club. Look, come see. We want to have him sitting on this step. See, she'll be up here, then this step will be free, and then they'll be sitting here.
How you gonna secure him now?
Okay, right here in the corner.
Jenny, I don't know. I don't want that kid getting up running around.
I'm gonna tell you how. Right here is gonna be a staff for Robbie, and over here is gonna be a staff for Jimmy, and we'll just put a belt, hook them up to the staff.
I thought Robbie and Jimmy was gonna be in the back of Kimberly.
No, they're gonna be right here in this corner.
Oh, they're gonna be on the outside of it?
Yeah. And then they can put their stuff right behind here and right here.
All right.
All right. So make sure they get staff in each of these corners.
Y'all know what you're doing?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. See, you're gonna be up here. We'll just say this is your float. You're gonna be up here. Then we'll leave this free. We'll sit them both here, and then Robbie and Jimmy will be right there in the corners. And then we'll put their junk right behind them, right in front of them. And then we'll sit down all the time.
And time on this
Yeah, we'll put the belts and hook them to the, nail them to the float.
That's really just maybe going a little kind of
All right, well, that's okay. Oh, that's going to be good. You can come up
No,
here
I want him safe, that's all.
But those platforms are nice, they're level, and if we do anything else, they're going to be scared.
Yeah, Doc. What's up? Where you going, man? Where you going, huh? You want to get a drink? Get a drink?
Alla. Alla. Come over here and get the television. Come
on,
I was
Joe.
already in California.
Come on, Joe.
I was already in
Home
California.
Industries, you need all the business they can get.
No, we're booked up.
We booked up, okay. Baker's
Business,
Wine Gallery. We can use all the business we can get.
I wasn't gonna get them.
You know, we had a bigger turnout last year.
Oh,
The weather was, and the weather was nasty.
Well, weather was the Super Bowl deal going
Well,
on.
you know what?
That's right. Playoff
Hey,
game.
yeah, Miami and nothing.
14-0.
Oh, that's fantastic. I guess.
Just as long as Dallas was. That made
That's
my
all-
day.
all-
See the champagne lady?
My day.
Kathy, want to see the champagne lady?
But anyway,
You're the champagne lady.
you already,
Come over here.
you already told him about picking up junk. I mean, it's already too late. You can't make up.
Come over here.
You can't make up to me.
Come over here. Look.
I don't want to.
Look. That's the champagne lady.
He's aggravating me. He already told the camera he picked up other people's junk and grabs me.
Oh God.
You're the one that said that. Why? Because of Barry. I got some of the Barry's doors, remember? She says I pick up everybody's junk. So I said, well, look.
Turn around.
Yes.
You're in it, sir.
I have some more doors.
How about the?
No, please.
They're brand new doors.
No.
You want the crew of Alla on the back?
Please, I got a lot of things that I'm going to put out. I'm going to call you.
Oh, look at this.
Please, I got so many.
You advertising?
Crew of Alla.
That's what I said, you advertising?
Champagne ladies on the front.
Champagne.
I like that.
Unbelievable. You got it? You see the champagne lady? This is my champagne lady right here.
Oh, we don't have.
You don't have our patio furniture?
This is the champagne lady.
We don't have the patio furniture.
You don't have the patio furniture?
But we have the doors.
Oh, hush.
Somebody knocked on our door. We have the aluminum patio set, and someone knocked on the door and they said to us, "Can we have? Do you mind if we take it?" And Paris, you can take anything you want. The garbage, the trash.
See, that's how I would be. I'd put it all out and just say, come and get it. You would say,
Wait a minute, I got a sofa going
You sound
out
like
now,
me.
and a couple of chairs.
Everything.
No?
We don't need it on the float.
Down to the camp.
I ordered it November 20th.
this is what he said this morning. Look at this paper. Look
Thanks
at
a
it.
lot.
I said, okay, so look right there. On the top,
Marshall. His
in
first
big
name is
letters,
Marshall.
it says Chief Lieutenant Hugh
What
Champagne.
number are you? 16.
And he goes, and look, everybody's underneath. I said, oh, I'm so proud.
Yeah, I know. I just got
I mean, the book this year was that much thicker than every other year.
Mark Gasson.
Listen,
Now,
We have another one.
no, he's sergeant.
Mike's Ford.
And Blaine McMahon. Blaine McMahon's lieutenant. I'd like to move out of the way.
Watch how you lean in that.
It's not Mark. It's Mark K.
Wait, what?
See, I got gas.
The lieutenant's in charge of the float.
I got gas in
The
here.
sergeant's
Hold
the
this a
one that's
minute.
the step down. You know,
This is
whatever
not-
the
this is not the most
whatever the
current
lieutenant
list.
can't do, the sergeant.
You got 16, huh?
And this is the
Hang
chief
on.
lieutenant who is in charge of all the other lieutenants.
I want a Chinese fire drill.
Gotta work on that. I gotta get off the float in a hurry.
He sees that there's no alcohol on the float.
Right.
yes, the wife holds it till the husband gets off of it.
Well, what are the numbers that they have an opening for?
They ought to take film of the wife at the end of there where you're dragging, you're wet and you're tired, and you're dragging everything over, carrying your husband home. And he says, I can't carry the rest of the beads. You know, that big, and I'm dragging the box across the
And
street.
he's just walking along.
And all he's doing is smiling, walking across the
Jimmy and go there.
street.
You always wonder why the wives were upset with everybody. I don't know. You go.
And like he was saying, and the wives are all
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
for the
that's
husbands could care less if the wives do. They come off the float south. Kathy was holding John up, and John was talking to me. He's going,
We care. We know we want to ride home. We're the last.
yeah, but our boys first, and then the ride. They do it all at one time.
It's amazing. They get absolutely stoned.
All right, was it Jimmy
looking at
Stubbs
John,
last
you
year?
can
All
tell
he did
John
was
right away.
smile.
He gets
Jimmy.
choked about three drinks, right? And he sits there just looking at you.
No, and then Jimmy.
Having a great time,
Hanging
John?
over the side.
Yeah,
Having a good
he's been
time,
in
John?
Jimmy for a long time. Yeah, all he does is smile. He's so bummed. And Nancy says, come on, Jimmy. He goes, and he follows her every place.
I like our arrangement better.
I want to find.
Pardon? I'm Chief Float Lieutenant. My job is to take care of these men to make sure that they behave themselves but have a good time. How's that? The number one person in the crew is the captain. That's Blaine Kern. And then we have a board of directors. And then we have the float lieutenants. And of course we have the membership. It all goes in that order. And of course, the captain is in charge of the whole organization. It's up to him to make sure that we all behave ourselves, have a good time, and make sure that the crowd has a good time too. The crew is the crew of Alla, sponsored by the organization called the Golden Griffin Society, made up mostly of West Bank professional people. All the business people on the West Bank who have gotten together and reorganized the crew of Alla, and we have our crew we think is the best parade in the whole city of New Orleans. Been in Alla since it's been reorganized, that's correct. Alla? The name Alla goes back when it first started in 1932. It's a combination of the word Algiers and Louisiana. So it's AL for Algiers and LA for Louisiana. Algiers, Louisiana. Not really, but they've taken the name and they've used it to use the Arabic symbolism. We've got a Maharaja and a Maharani, but originally it was because the area that we live in, Algiers, was Algiers, Louisiana. Pardon? You mean the officers you're talking about?
Is there some rule that says all crews have to have a captain and they have to have a
That's tradition, I believe. The captain is elected, and usually it's elected by the board of directors. He's in charge of the board of directors. All the members of the board are elected members, and the captain is selected. But generally speaking, it's the same person year after year after year until he decides to resign. If the captain does a good job, then he's reelected. We also have an assistant captain. It's Dan Levine, and then we have a number of board of directors. And pardon? Oh yes, we all do. The parade marshal doesn't ride; he rides a horse, and that's Mark Sancho. He's our parade marshal. He's usually the man on the horse. What do? We have a good time. We want to make sure the crowd has a good time, and of course we want to make sure we have a good time too. How do we do that? We make sure that we have enough beads to throw, enough doubloons to throw, and it's the fellowship that we share on the floats too that causes us to have a good time. We're with a good bunch of people. We enjoy each other's company, and of course we enjoy the crowds too. We love Mardi Gras. Yes, we've had some good friends from out of town who just don't understand why it is that people go crazy this time of the year. Why it is you want to spend so much money to throw it off the floats. But it's a form of entertainment for us, and we really enjoy it. I would think that by the time we spent talking about dues and doubloons and cups and beads, we probably spent about $1,000 to $1,200 easy per person. Pardon? Including the costume. And also includes 2 tickets to our gala function, the Alla Bash, where we have big name entertainment coming down every year. This year our entertainment's going to be at the Hilton Hotel, and our big name stars are Captain and Tennille. And we always try to have some big names every year. We started off with Helen Reddy, and we've had some big names every year since then. It's always been a big point, high point of the year.
I see your advertising with the beard in your hand. You got to get a quick thing.
What channel is this? Channel 12. Good. When are we going to get to see this?
Educational?
Happy Mardi Gras to everybody.
I want to have a whole educational.
Find an educational program.
Entire film, I'll donate my
This is educational.
everybody over and show it.
film about New Orleans culture, okay? And one of the things we're interested in are the words that people use down here, which other people might not know.
Bank it.
Like where you at?
Sidewalk.
Mother?
Locker. locker instead of closet.
A neutral ground instead of median.
You know why they don't have any black numbers, don't you? It's too difficult to say
Door instead of door.
Spanish that was on the other. And when they would have meetings
What else did we say we're not
meet on this
supposed
meeting.
Ask the kids. The kids will tell you. Go over and interview the teenagers.
You can't say coon ants, right? That's all.
No, you get a fine for saying Coonage.
No, I don't want to do it.
Yes. She's talking about the word neutral ground. Did you catch that? Why it's called a neutral ground?
Well, you say you're on a. My husband belongs to a crew, and they
Right,
said
the
in what
American,
ship?
not the Spanish, the French and the American.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to start rowing.
When are you going to start rowing? He belongs to a crew.
tell
He
him.
did. He belonged to a crew in Boston, but he rowed up there.
All right.
He rides down here.
It's spelled K-R-E-W-E. That's not the way you spell crew.
I like the cruise down here better than the ones in Boston. I don't know if they had to work for it.
Yeah.
We're just drinking.
That's fun here.
Right.
Because we drink it. I mean, what the-
We have quite a few TV boxes.
So one of the things we're interested in are the words that people in Carnival use. People from New York, they don't know what they're doing.
That's a famous Duplo right there.
There it is.
That's a ducal, right
That's not
there.
a ducal.
That's not
That's
a
a
ducal. What is that?
That's a float,
What
Lieutenant.
is that?
That's a belly.
Stands out well on that big black backdrop.
That's a neutral ground.
That's a neutral ground. That's right. I like that. That's the neutral ground.
The Mardi Gras neutral ground.
That's right. No, this is not a. This is a float lieutenant's medallion.
Where did the
The
golden griffin
ducal
come
is the
from?
one with the ribbon and the pin and one of the poison
You
eggs.
don't know
From
that?
other golden griffins, I don't know.
You have to get Blaine to find that out, huh?
You have to go find a ducal.
I just
You don't have your ducal.
Oakwood again this
Ducal
year.
decoration.
Yeah, of course, it's not going to do you any good because I heard they're not going to be dressed
But you're
in
not
there
going into Oakwood. You have to go to Schwegman's
No, we're
this
going to
year.
Oakwood first.
No.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
there.
Yeah, we're going
I'll go
We gotta go
Oakwood
to
first.
Oakwood to get
Change
our
in Oakwood.
Oh, you will. They will.
Somebody
get
told
There's
me
a
you were
rumor
going to the
started
Lions
that
Club
they
in
wouldn't let us in Oakwood. We
hey.
got to go somewhere else now.
I
Lions
The
Club.
most famous thing I've ever
Wait a
heard
minute,
Al
Chief.
say
Where are
is
they
that
going this
I
year?
don't know. I'm gonna have to find out. I don't know.
I thought someone said they were dressing as
small,
Schwegman's.
medium, or large.
No.
No.
That's all they are
At
anyway.
Oakwood.
You get measured small, medium, and large.
Amen.
It's like a set.
Dixie asked me a while
I've
ago,
never
she
seen
said,
any
what do
costumes.
we need on the costume? I said, he was already taken care of it. He ordered a medium.
His uniform fit him perfectly.
Tell
I don't want to tell them.
This lady wants to tell you about the tradition of king cakes.
Do I want to tell him where I buy my king
No,
cakes?
tell her what it's about.
I'm supposed to know. I'm from New York. Tell him what the tradition is. You know, Ann.
No.
The traditional king cake with the baby in
The
it.
children have parties, and there's a baby in the king cake. And when they cut the cake and slice it, the one that finds the baby gets to have the next party. Right?
Right.
And that's the king cake.
Sure. The kids still do it.
They didn't have cakes when I was little.
Oh, they did too.
Call that. Now he's riding the title float with the Maharaja.
No, he's not.
I mean with Blaine Kern. He's riding with the captain. Jeremy.
Just a bundle of nerves.
No, not until I've been here for 14 years and been eating king cake since. No, and when I go to New York, when I call up there and tell them all what's happening, they don't realize anything about Mardi Gras. They don't realize the excitement. But we're having guests come down from New York, from Boston, and from all over this year, and they're really looking forward to it.
Well, go out to teenager get kids at parties every week.
The costumes and the floats and the doubloons, we send up beads and just, everything we can.
They
to
send
cut.
to Manhattan.
Yeah.
On the Brooklyn Bridge.
But they don't, I don't think they would appreciate Mardi Gras until they came here and saw it because the excitement of it. Because I know every year I keep saying to the kids, oh, I don't think I'll go to a parade. And I get there and I'm knocking all the kids around, yelling and hollering. He said, I thought you wanted to stay home. And I said, oh, no, I like this.
You run short of king cake, let me know.
Did you tell them what you do and who you throw the beads and everything to in the floats? Tell them who you throw them to.
All the good-looking girls.
No,
When they
he
open
throws
the-
them to the old people that sit way back and the good-looking young girls.
Good-looking young girls first,
Oh, the good-looking young
and
girls.
the old
first.
people sitting way back. And then them young little kids right underneath the floor.
He threw a bunch of beads to some girl that was sitting on top of a car last year, and she, it was warm, and she had shorts on. She went to catch it and fell off the car.
Where?
He said, I felt so
He's
bad.
trying to catch him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He drank a lot.
How you doing?
Rose's brother was good. You were there.
You take one sip, put it down, and then kick it over and spill it. Open another one up. I got about 12 single drinks.
They're giving them.
Everybody got rained on with
This year
beer.
I'm starting early.
He said he couldn't drink and throw. He had to throw. He enjoyed the throw. He can't drink and
You can
throw.
only drink when you stop.
You only drink, and you don't stop often.
Well,
It doesn't even mean
Oh, no, here's another. There's a sergeant.
two
from the
things you have
top.
to do when this float stops.
Yeah, oh yes. Every once in a while
And they
they
both
duck
relate to
behind the
drinking.
curtain.
One of them is not throwing, right?
It has to do with drinking.
They both have to do with
They
drinking.
both have to do with drinking.
You put it in and you take it out.
One thing about,
He is quiet
one
until he
thing
has a
about
few
Mardi
drinks.
Gras, when you get people who are very quiet normally react as Al does. He gets very excited at Mardi Gras time, and you can't stop him.
Especially after 10 or 12.
What is this, a documentary?
Judge, come over here, Your Honor. Come on, you got to get into this.
Oh no, you have to be in the scene.
We want to show the people in the courtroom how they're drinking.
Somebody's dignified.
There's someone dignified.
This is his
He
honor.
handles drunken drivers. Show them about this.
Don't drink while driving.
Will you be driving?
No, I have my.
Driving our float. He's a float. Isn't that what he does?
Oh, he's a float lieutenant.
Gonna use a tractor. Gonna use a tractor this year.
What do you do? What do you do as
Explain that
float
to
lieutenant?
Ask the lieutenant.
Huh?
What do
If
you
the
do
tractor
as float lieutenant?
When the tractor breaks down, you hitch him
he
up.
doesn't
Least
show
amount
Front,
as
he pulls the
possible.
float.
He passes it down.
And then you're responsible for everything, right?
I'm trying to think of the terms that you could use on the different Mardi Gras terms.
Throw me something.
That's right.
Throw me something.
He wants to know what they wouldn't know in New York.
Hey, kid, get after my wife! You know, Harry, his wife almost went stump. Police almost put in
Mary
jail.
Frances? What'd she do?
He had this big bag of stuff, you know, and he was up on the top deck and he throws it down and this little kid just comes sailing.
You got it.
through, you know. Hey! And then she went and got the police behind him. and
Mary Frances,
She was
yeah.
complaining so much, the police almost took off. Said, look, lady, you know.
Throw them on the bag.
Mary Frances gets excited.
Yeah.
You ever had any other experiences to talk about for Mardi Gras?
Wait, did your part-time job do that? As an interviewer?
Let's talk about oyster beds.
You don't talk about oyster beds. Anything else?
Tax write-off.
Tell them what some of the men
you,
give at
is
favors when the
this
men
your,
get undressed. They throw little
tape show?
bikini panties.
What are you talking
I've already been on it. It's your turn.
You want a campaign?
I got, don't they, last time when Barry got dressed,